Alright, so I'm going to go over how to do some simple editing on my photos with a couple of apps that I use that I like. So I was asking people earlier on my Instagram, like, how much photo editing do you do? And I know I do a lot. I really do like the creative process of it, and I have a couple apps that I really like to use, and I got quite a bit of feedback. People like, oh, I wish I knew how to do that. So I thought I would make a video just showing how easy it actually is. So this is the end result of my editing, and then this was the original photo, and I'm kind of gonna go through just the steps that I did to get it to look like that. And it's pretty easy. So the first app I'm going to use is Remini, and that one's up here in red on the first row. And then the second app I'm going to use is the Meitu app, and that's in the second row, also in red over at the beginning here. So Remini is like a photo enhancing app. Let's see if we'll open it now. So you can see what it did to this photo. So this was before, and it's a little bit blurry, and then afterwards it just kind of like tunes up your face there. So I also use this app for, I do a lot of taking screenshots from videos because I have a toddler and she moves around a lot. So I like to like pause it, and then I'll scroll to the exact part where she's not moving or, you know, not being crazy and she's smiling or looking at the camera, and then I'll take a screenshot, and then I use this app because it enhances it a good amount. Okay, so I have this saved, but let me just show you the process. So I do pay $5 a month for this. You can use it for free, but I was just having a lot of trouble with it. Like, I think you get 3 free ones a day, and it was never loading the free ones. And then you'd have to watch a video, which is fine. I'm fine with watching a video, but sometimes it would say no video is available. And then also sometimes when you upload your picture, it would like put you in a queue line of like 8 hours, and you don't get to see the results for 8 hours. And I was just like, this is so annoying. So I pay the $5 a month, and I think it's worth it. So I go to enhance right here, and then I would just select my photo, but I already did that. So I can go back here to history, and there's the photo I just did. So I'm going to save that. Okay. So then we can go into the Meitu app, and that's really what I'm going to use for everything else. Okay, and my sister has been hounding me like forever to tell me what app, to tell her what app I use, and I haven't. And so here you go, Casey. This is the one that I use, and I wouldn't tell you, but cat's out of the bag, right? Okay, so I uploaded, this is the enhanced photo. I think this one's already cropped. If you look down at the bottom here, if you did want to crop it, you just go into edit, and then you can crop, rotate, rectify, whatever you want to do there. But I already cropped it. So this is our starting image. So the first thing I like to do is take out the Redeye. This one doesn't, actually this kind of looks like the one I already did that with. Now there actually isn't an option for Redeye fix, which is kind of annoying. I wish that they would have one, but what I have like a trick. So I go to Mosaic down here and more, and I use this background, this one with like the black and stars right here. So I use that one, and I'll zoom in, and then obviously I kind of already fixed it, but like say this is her pupil, I could just draw, right? So you can draw on there, and you can erase it, and sometimes you'll get like a little star right in the eye, and then it kind of looks like an extra shine, but most of the time it just kind of puts a black, you know, spot, so you can, it covers up the red eye. Sometimes you have to do like 2 layers, but that works pretty well for that. So fix the red eye. Some more tools down here. If you scroll all the way over, there is an eraser, which is super helpful. Like, I took out the wall plug because I just think it's ugly, so I use the eraser tool and just boop, erase that. And then you can kind of see it leaves like some weird marks, but you can kind of just keep erasing until you like what it looks like back there. This is also the same tool that I use to take out watermarks. So if you zoom in on her pants, she's got like this wet spot because I was doing her hair and some water dripped on her. So I use this and we can just take that out then. She's got one on her arm here. Okay, no more watermarks. So that's that feature. They also have, if you go all the way to the end, there's Beautify, and I don't use that on my baby, but you could if you can use it on yourself. So you have all these options: the makeup, auto, smooth, skin, reshape, slim, acne, contour, firm. The two that I use the most are going to be acne, and let's see, she's got a little, this is her cut on her eye here. So if you were like to tap that, it would take that out. And then just press the check mark down here and that'll save that. You could also use Firm. That would take out like wrinkles and stuff. Like I have wicked forehead wrinkles. She doesn't. So I don't really know what I would use this on, but let's say we use it on this little head vein there. You know. And now that's gone. So you can use that one. Those are the two I use the most. Let's see. I mean, you have all these options down here, so just feel free to play around with them. They are pretty easy. I sometimes do use the brighten for your eyes, so you just zoom in and just kind of color over it. And it just barely, like, brightens up the color. This one will make your eyelashes pop, though, because it, like, darkens the darks and whitens the whites, and voila. Okay. So we'll press OK on that. So then if you want to go back to edit on the side here, and then let's see what else you can do. I like filters, of course. Well, actually, I think the next step I did on this was going to be Mosaic. So with the Mosaic, there's so many different things you can do. Like this first one that I'm already on, you can change the brush size down to the bottom here. It just like kind of blurs the background in kind of an artistic way. So and it would do that. If you don't like it, you can just press back or exit. Go back in Mosaic. Let's see. So I like ones that have, like this heart one, you can see the background still. And then it kind of has the heart overlay over it. And then some of them are like completely solid. Like this heart one here is solid. So if I were to color this in, it completely covers everything in the background, which is fine. It just is sometimes like tedious. Like, okay, so I'd have to go around, you know, her hair, and you can spend quite a bit of time drawing. And then if you go over it, you're like, oh, I have to use the eraser and kind of figure out where her hair is. And I do that sometimes. My favorite ones though are like, let's scroll down and see. Okay, like this one you can see through. So I can use the big one, color it in. And then when I have to go back to the eraser, I can zoom in and see where her clothes are so that I can erase it pretty easy. So I can just color in the background and go back and erase parts out. Okay, let's see. Also ones that have, let's see, where's some of my favorite ones? There's so many though. So I just clicked on more right here, and that brings you to all the ones you can download. Like there's so many that you can download for free. So this is the sunflower one. I like this one because again, I can just get up close to her face, and then it's super easy to just zoom in and take out the areas that you don't want. And it's not like with the completely solid ones, it does take a little bit more time just coloring it in. So I'm gonna take those off because I don't like them. And we're going to go back to Mosaic. Let's find the one I actually used for today. I think I have all the apps, all of these downloaded. I also do pay for this one as well. I think it's like $2 or $3 a month. But I don't, it's really not necessary. Like almost all the stuff is for free. All right, so I used this one earlier. And again, this is one of those ones that you can see through. So I can just color it in really fast with the big brush. And then go around and just kind of erase the parts that are overlapping her really quick. So they have a lot of options in the Mosaic, and they also have a like brush feature. I'll show you that one too. Let's see. Anyway, this takes it really doesn't take that much time, and it's just a really good app all around for editing, and it has really fun stuff. Okay, so let's say we like that. And up at the top here, these little arrows, you can always, if you decide you don't like a layer, just go back and it'll take that whole layer off. So down here at the bottom, so magic brush is the other option. And this one gives you like different little, it's like a pen. Instead of like a solid background or a background that's already preset, you can kind of make your own with this. Like if I select this star one, one's kind of hard to see. Let's do these little stars. So if I were to solid brush it, see how it just keeps layering it on? Or you can do like one individual ones if you just kind of tap it. And then of course you can erase those too. And again, if you go to the store more, there's just so many to download. I don't have these all downloaded because some of them I think are weird and I'm like, I would never use that. But you can always go download more. Alright, so if we go back to our main screen here, we can do filters. There's so many filters in here. I have a couple that I really like. This one is one of my favorites. I use it on almost everything. If you go up to the top, you can scroll all the little sections, and then in the individual sections, there's like a bunch of filters. So I like the classy filter, the ME4. That one's my favorite. I also like the natural ones. So if you click on them, you can see the name pops up on the screen there for a second. I like the bunny drop one, that one. But just play around. There's so many of them, so you can sit there and scroll through all of them and just see which one you like. I'm gonna go back to the classy one. This one, we'll select that. And also a cool thing is if you're editing one picture and then you want to put the same filter on all of them, when you upload a new picture into here and you click on filters, it'll automatically go to the last one that you use. So that's pretty convenient if you want like a whole set with the same filter on them. So I think this is all I did to get my final result, but there is a lot of other things that you can do. So I clicked the save and share, and then if I go back, I can still take off layers off of here pretty easily, and then resave it again if I want. So a couple other things down at the bottom. Let's see. Enhance is just like your basic brightness, contrast, highlights, all this. Scroll over, saturation, temperature, all that. It's just a bunch of options. One thing that I think bothers me a lot on people's pictures is like when the picture comes out like yellowy and it just doesn't look right. How to fix that is to go to temperature and then push it towards the blue side. See how even like right now, like you didn't notice that her white in her sweater wasn't really truly white, but then you can push it towards the blue usually, and then that's actually more of like an accurate white in my opinion. So that kind of fixes the white balance on there. Let's see. They also have a bunch of frames. I like the fantasy frames. So you go into frames and then they have down at the bottom poster, simple, fantasy, more. I like the fantasy ones, and there's just a ton of these. So these are super fun. And they each one kind of puts a filter on it too. So like you can use a filter, but like see how I picked that one and it kind of filters the picture as well as puts a frame on there. Alright, so that's the frames. You can also do cut out. Oh my gosh, one time I did this and then I totally forgot how I did it, and I was like, why can't I figure it out and do it again? But then yeah, it took me a long time to figure that out. So this one automatically selects where the person is, and then you can kind of change it if that's not correct. But let's see. See, this one I'm still not as good at. Let's see. If we just select one and see what happens. Okay, so see, it selected Ramona and it put her in the mirror. This one, I don't know. These ones are just kind of cool. They're definitely kind of weird, you know, not like what you would normally see. But Got the mirror. We got this one. There's just like so much stuff in here. There, she's on the cover of a magazine. So you can play around with that as well. Yeah, so we'll be editing that photo. Text. A bunch of text things you can do here as well. I like this one a lot. It's got like a little rainbow. And you can click on it and change the wording and stuff. We'll say, yeah. We don't really want that. Stickers. They don't have as many stickers as you might think, considering like how many other things that they have. But the blur feature, you can do like that, or the smart blur, which is blurring the background, usually does a pretty good job. You can do different ones like the stars, but I select it and it doesn't really do anything. So I don't know. I guess you probably have to have like lights popping through the background for that one. Last thing I was going to say. So this also has like the best, in my opinion. So this is actually the main screen. I did photo editing. You can do retouching, video editing from here. But they also have a really good photo collage. So if you go to the photo collage and just select, you can do up to 9 pictures, but we'll do 6. So you do these pictures, and then you can do poster style. So again, you can go to more and just, you know, click on one you like. These changed based on how many pictures you select. So if this one has 6, if I had more, these would be different options here. So poster. Freestyle is like you pick your own background and then you can move these all around or make them bigger. And you can still put filters on them from here, I guess. And then pick strip. There's just different options of, oh, these are like scrollable. So there's that. So I like the photo collages on here as well. But yeah, this is like my favorite app. So that's how you do a lot of stuff on here. And yeah, I think that's all I got to say. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hopefully it helps you make your pictures better. Thanks for watching.